You feel me? Whoa, 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 whoa. Shit. Wait, I don't know. I'm just not gonna log in to my funded account. Because I'm trying to show y'all that, bro. Anyways, it's gonna be Tuesday, August 5th, bro. Yeah, August 5th, 2025. A little tape reading, market review. So, this is all I had on my chart for the whole day, pretty much. Just this little bit. All right, so once again, right, I talked about this in my previous video. I'm expecting, a larger term move up here, just because we took out all these daily lows, right? Um, and just had this retrace, right? So we just took out all these daily lows, these stacked lows. So in terms of, market maker models, right? This kind of sell model just ended, so I'm at least expecting a larger move up here, right? Potentially all-time highs, but I haven't really saw much yet. Right now, I would like, the move to start back up as this being a model right here. But yeah. Anyways, coming in today, right? If we want to just take over this gradient, right? We've came back to over equilibrium of this price leg down, right? Um, Basically into the point 0.6 fib as well. And we swept out this clear, 1 hour Asia session high from last Thursday, right? So we have time-based liquidity getting swept. What do we have overnight? We are just we're just consolidating basically overnight, right? Asia session, right? Asia highs get swept, right? London comes in, we put an SMT here, right? So we're sweeping a higher time frame high. We're getting a 1 hour SMT. That's kind of what I'm seeing, and we're at this area on the higher time frame where we could at least retrace down from. This isn't set up for like a home run expansion downwards. This is set up at the very least for a nice retracement, right? Um, because it's a retracement because we have this model, right? We got this 1 hour model and 4 hour change in the state as well, right? So I'm kind of expecting us to go higher, but right now we're due for a nice little retracement. So that's what I was kind of seeing coming into the day. The last thing we had kind of in our way was this 1 hour London low, right? This London session low. So that's what my eyes were getting kept on, right? But I wanted to see this high stay protected, and it does the whole day. So honestly, you could have just played it super easy and just like set, an entry at this order block, somewhere in this wick, and just hope it gets filled, which it would have, and place your stop above here. This high that you expect to get protected, and target the lows right here and right here, right? Um, it's kind of all set up, right, for a nice, sell model downwards. Um, so yeah, diving even further in to the 15 minute, we have this unicorn model on ES. On NQ, it's not looking quite as clean, but we still get a calm little model. Um, inversing some fair value gaps and all that, and bullish PD raise, right? Order flow switching bearish. Um, so yeah, I'm thinking we come down here for the day. But we do have this London low in our way, and we are in, kind of a seek and destroy type of profile right now. So that is one thing, to kind of understand, right? We might not get the move right away because we're in this seek and destroy profile, but overall we do this nice 1 hour SMT. We want to see how we react to this London low. Other than that, I'm hoping I'm thinking we probably come down here, but we're gonna let intraday price action confirm this. So right into open, actually, we sweep the London session lows, literally on the first candle, right? And I want to see us, put in a model to expand past or just expand past in general, and then catch a trade down here, right? But right away, we actually don't get that. We get this. We have this low, this high, low. We have this low right here. This high, this lower low, sweeping out London session lows. Right. Understand we're kind of in a chop profile, so there's a good chance also that we want to come pop back up, right? And the order flow off of this is very strong, right? We get a market structure shift higher, right? That's 5 minute market structure higher, shift higher as well. Sorry, geez. Um, Make a higher high as well, right? We kind of put in this unicorn model as well right here. It's kind of makeshift, right? And we get this first presented fair value gap. I literally set my entry right here. I'm seeing this move, right? So I'm thinking, okay, well, price action is clearly showing us, you know, and just based on how I trade, I use time-based liquidity very heavily, right? Order flow is switching very bullish. Like this is very, very strong, price action. This isn't the type of price action that'll just reverse off of right away, you know. So I set my entry. I literally like bottom tick this row. I literally set my entry right here, I believe, um, and it stops right here. So once we get to this was like a 1.3 R, 1.4 R. NQ started to get a lot more stronger. I set my stops to break even right here. We get stopped to break even right here, or no, right here. Sorry, we get stopped to break even. Um, in hindsight, I should have took some scales up here at this PD array, right? Because um, at this, order block, this 15-minute order block right here, this area, um, I should have took some scales off there because we still have this 15-minute model in play, right? And overall, on the higher time frame, I think we're due for more of a down move, a retracement right here, just because where we're at and what we're doing, as well as it's already a choppy day, so you just want to lock in those profits, especially when the model is, inside of the chop, right, of this choppy profile. Once we're broken out down here, then you could go for the home run, right, obviously, because then we have a clear picture. But here, the picture isn't really clear. Like, yeah, we're sweeping these 1 hour London lows, right? We're getting very strong price action, but with the context here, we're kind of due for a retraceable. We have this 1 hour SMT. We're getting a 15-minute model, right? We don't have any higher time frame models other than the 1 minute, right? We do have some nice, market structure shift higher on the 5 minute, right? But that's about it. So I definitely should have taken some off, at this 5 minute order block right here. Um, and this unicorn model as well, right? And then let the rest get stopped at break even, right? But other than that, like the entry was pretty solid. Um, but then here's where our next trade was. What now I see? Okay, what are we doing here? Right, we're wicking off this unicorn model very hard. Right, this thesis to the downside is still intact. Right, this high is still held. Right, we're still respecting bearish PD rays on the 15-minute. Right, we're kind of just making this indecision candle so far. Right before we have PMI news coming in today. So now that we've kind of manipulated up, right, we made our move up into these PD rays, right, and started to reject down. We have PMI coming in, right. We've already made the move up, and our higher time frame thesis, we know order flow, institutional order flow now is drawing lower to down here. What do we expect PMI to do now? We get this model actually right here, a nice unicorn model as well, right here. Very strong once again. Look at these PD rays, right. I actually did get in right here. No, I got in like right around here. Then I just cut it at break even right before PMI. But what do we expect PMI to do, right? When we know order flow, institutional order flow is drawing lower. We've already made our manipulation move. Now we use it as, liquidity to come down, right? This is what's going to move the markets, right? It's going to inject us with volatility to actually come take these price targets, right? But yeah, we had a really nice unicorn model off this unicorn model, respecting this unicorn model, respecting these PD rays really strongly. Get your entry right there and shoot down. Now, here's where I got my entry in this trade. So now on the 15-minute, right, we had this close really weak. I really like this. Or maybe it was in the middle, right? This was going to confirm us to, push down and close very strongly. So I'm seeing us, pop down below this low. I'm thinking, okay, well, we've respected the, all this bullish PD rays, right, or bearish PD rays, right? We've broken bullish ones to the downside, right? Order flow is obviously bullish. The time-based liquidity and context of the, the overall higher time frame time-based liquidity, where it's being delivered from, right? All makes sense to come down and take these lows. So I think we're all aligned now, right? And we have these clear lows, right? Stacked consolidated lows. So come take. This is everything I need to see, right? All three, all the big three are all aligned here, right? We just got, a big move down. We're coming into this 5-minute fair value gap, this 1-minute order block. We put in the unicorn model. I get my entry right here. So I get my entry right here. And I'm targeting these lows for around, I think my overall P&L was low-key like a 2. But yeah, I could have held this a bit longer. Got to stay strong, hold it to where I think it's going, right? This is all aligned to come down here. Um, but yeah, that was, and then I was done for the day. I'm like, okay, we've retraced. We could, get this pop back up right now, or not do much and just consolidate, which we have done. Um, so yeah, but overall, pretty calm day, pretty smooth day. Um, Definitely learned that if you don't really have like a higher time frame, model backing it, and it's choppy like this, right, and it doesn't make sense overall on the higher time frame, um, then get your scales off at PD raise and internal standard deviation. Right, you want to get your scales off way more conservative, um, like an internal retracement move, right, just like we had today right here. Um, yeah, it did look good, but only for a smaller retracement, right? I want to see what exactly right I wrote down. Um, yeah, we don't have a higher time frame model in place, right? Down here we don't have a higher time frame model in place, and it's not clearly aligned for a higher time frame, expansion up here. Um, and have your price targets very conservative. Get those scales off early, or don't even take the trade if it's not strong, you know. But yeah, other than that, and then down here we learned, I should have held more to here. I should have done 8 and 8. I did like 8, 4, and 4. I should have done like 8 here, 8 here, you know, and just kept this all because in terms of market maker models, right, we're likely to come down and take all these lows, these stacked lows, right? But yeah, that's it for the day. That's how we did it today. That's how we played. Pretty solid day.